Good morning, students. My name is Poonam Daswani. I hope you all are good and your family is doing great. Students, today we will solve Math Lesson 1, Exercise 5. Today we will solve Exercise 5 of Lesson 1. That is My Practice Time 1. I want you all to open your textbook as well as the notebook. What is the name of the first chapter? Numbers up to 10,000. Lesson 1, Exercise 5, Numbers up to 10,000. What is the first question? The first question is, round off the following numbers to the nearest tens. So we have to round off the numbers. Students, we have finished with the explanation part of the lesson. But today I will show you a video on how we round off the numbers. So it will become easy for you to memorize the how to round off. So here we move on to the video. Just have a look on it.
Hello students, welcome to Study from Home. Today we will do the topic rounding off numbers. Students, rounding off numbers is something which you use in your everyday life. For example, when you suppose you went to a birthday party, when you came back, your parents asked you that how many people were there in the party. Now children, this is quite normal that you don't go to parties and start counting people, right? But you have an idea that there were suppose around 20-30 people or around 27-28 people, yeah, 27-30 people, yeah. So this is what rounding off numbers is. Rounding off numbers gives the numbers which is near to the number, not the exact value, but an approximate value. Rounding off numbers, when you round off a number, you don't get the exact number, you get a number which is closer to the given number. Alright? Now let me take few examples before telling the specific topics under this rounding off numbers. Suppose children, you are in a gathering, you are in a birthday party maybe of your friend, and there are exactly 27 people in the party. Alright? There are 27 people. Now, in place of 27, if you say that there were around 30 people, then you are not wrong, because 27 is closer to 30. So you can round off 27 to 30. Similarly, if there are around, suppose 32 people, then you can say that there were around 30 people. 32 is near to 30, so you can say in place of 32, you can say that there were around 30 people. Alright? But children, if there is a number like 37 and you say that there were around 20 or 30 people, then you are wrong. Because 37 is not closer to 20 or 30, it is quite far from them. 37 is actually closer to 40. So 37 can be rounded off to 40. You can say that there were around 40 people. Now this is what rounding off numbers is. So let us begin with our first topic under rounding off numbers. Students, first we will do round off numbers to the nearest 10. I repeat, round off numbers to the nearest 10. Alright? That means you have to see the given numbers are closer to which 10. Whether they are closer to 110, 210, 310 or 5 tens. What is 5 tens? 5 tens is 50, 10 tens, 10 tens is 100. This way they are closer to which tens. Let's try our first question. That is the number 13. Alright? Now children, 13 lies between 10, 110 and 2 tens. Right? And before 13 we have 11 and 12. I will write here, before 13 we have 11 and 12. Yeah. After 10 we have 11, 12. Then we have 13. And after 13 we have 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Then we have 20. So you see, between 10 and 13 there are only two numbers, and here there are many. So we can clearly see that 13 is closer to 110, that is 10. So 13 will be rounded off to 10, 110. We are rounding off to the nearest 10. Okay, 13 is closer to 110 or 210? It is closer to 110. Let's come to the next part, which is 24. Now 24 lies between 20 and 30. Yes. After 20 we have 21, 22, 23. Then we have 24. After 24 we have 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and then we have 30. So here it is very clear that there are only three numbers. If I write this horizontally, let me just explain it once again. This is our question 24. The question is 24 is closer to 2 tens or 3 tens. It's quite simple. 24, we can see here there are three numbers here and there are five numbers here. 24 is closer to 2 tens. So 24 will be rounded off to 20. Children, then we have the question 35. Okay, just a second. So here I am writing my answer. 24 is closer to 2 tens, that is 20. Now my C part is 27. Now children, 27 lies between 20 and 30, right? And here we can see 27 is closer to 30. 27 is closer to 30. There are only two numbers in between. So 27 will be rounded off to 30. I'm writing the answer here. 27 will be rounded off to 30. My next part is 35. Alright. Now children, this number 35, I have written the numbers from 30 to 40. 35 is closer to 30 or 40. Children, you can see here 35, and between 30 and 35 there are four numbers. And here between 35 and 40 again there are four numbers. Children, when you have such a case, you don't go backwards. You go forward, and 35 will be rounded off to 40. 35 will be rounded off to 40. You take it to the next level, you don't go back. Alright? Students, before moving on to the next question and doing few more questions, I will explain few steps which are involved in this topic, round off numbers to the nearest 10. Though the questions which we have done till now, we did not do by any step. We just saw that this number is closer to which 10, 110 or 210. For example, 27, it is closer to 2 tens or 3 tens. We just saw it, alright? But there are few steps which will help you to do questions where the numbers are quite large. Children, in the these ABCD, these four parts which you have done, if you look carefully, when you have to round off to nearest 10. I'm doing the steps now. When you have to round off to the nearest 10, you have to look at the digit at ones place. You have to look at the digit at ones place. I repeat, when you have to round off to the nearest 10, just look at the digit at the ones place. If the digit at the ones place is less than 5, like here, if the digit at the ones place is less than 5, just make the digit at the ones place 0, just change it to 0, and the other digits remain same. Alright, let's try one more question similar to this. Let's try the I part. I repeat, when you have to round off to the nearest 10, look at the digit at the ones place. Look at the digit at the ones place. The digit at the ones place here is less than 5. So we just have to make the ones digit 0 and other digits remain same. Alright. So 1921. It will be closer to 1920. Okay. This is which 10? This is 192 tenths. Okay. Now children, please try E, F, G yourself. I am taking one last example, that is the J part. Now what did I tell you? You have to look at the digit at the ones place when you are rounding off to nearest 10. Here the digit was less than 5. Here also the digit at the ones place was less than 5. But if the digit at the ones place is 5, if the digit at the ones place is 5 or more, you again have to make the digit at ones place 0. You again have to make it 0, but add 1 in the tens place. Add 1 in the tens place. See here, 2 plus 1 becomes 3. 3 plus 1 becomes 4. So whenever the digit at the ones place is 5 or more, you change it to 0, but you add 1 in the tens place. So here, the digit at the ones place is now 7, more than 5. So we will make it 0, but we will add 1 here. We will add 1 here. 0 plus 1 is 1. So 2710. 2707 is closer to 2710. Clear? Now let us move on to the next topic, that is rounding off numbers to the nearest 100. This video is in continuation with the first video of rounding off numbers. In this video, we will learn how to round off numbers to the nearest 100. In the previous video, we had done how to round off numbers to the nearest 10. Alright, so first we have the number 156. Now we have to see this 156, this number is closer to which 100? Is it closer to 100? Is it closer to 200 or 300? Or which 100? It is nearest to which 100? Now children, 156 I am writing here is just for understanding. 156 lies between 100 and 200. 156 lies between 100 and 200, and children, 156 is closer to 200. It is closer to 200. But here I told you the answer quite directly. How will you get to know this number is closer to, it is nearest to which 100? Alright, though you can write the numbers in between, there will be many numbers, but it will take a lot of time. So we will learn some steps and then we will be able to do this question quite quickly. Children, for rounding off number to the nearest 100, you have to look at the digit at the tens place. You have to look at the digit at the tens place. As I told you in the previous video, to round off numbers to the nearest 10, you look at ones digit. Here, you are rounding off numbers to the nearest 100. So you have to look at the digit at the tens place, the one before it. If the digit at the tens place, I am just underlining all these digits. So if the digit at the tens place is less than 5, like here, alright, like here. If the digit at the tens place is less than 5, you make the tens in ones digit 0. You make the tens in ones 0. I'll just do the C part first. If the digit at the tens place is less than 5, you make the tens digit and ones digit 0, and the other digits remain same. So here 412 is closer to 400. Let me come to the E part. For rounding off to nearest 100, you have to look at the digit at the tens place. If the digit at the tens place is less than 5, you make the digit, tens and ones digit 0, like here, 0. And the other digits remain same. Okay. Now what if the digit at the tens place is 5 or more than 5? Like here it is 5, here it is more than 5. So here also, when the digit at the tens place is 5 or more, I'll just do the A part first. For example, if the digit at the tens place is 5, you make the tens and ones 0, just like the previous questions. But when it is 5 or more, you add 1 in the hundreds digit. You add 1 in the hundreds digit. So here it is 1. So 1 plus 1, it will be 2. So your 156, the number 156 is near to 200. Let's try the B part. Here the digit at the tens place is more than 5. So you make tens and ones 0 and add 1 in the hundreds digit. So 1 plus 1 will be 2. Let's try one more part, D part. Again, we are rounding off the number to the nearest 100. So look at the digit at the tens place. Here it is more than 5. Make tens and ones 0 and add 1 in the hundreds place. Whenever it is tens digit is 5 or more, you add 1 in the hundreds digit. One last question I am doing, that is the I part. The rest of the parts, children, you can try yourself. Here the I part, ones, tens, hundreds, thousands. Again we have to round off this number to the nearest 100. So we will look at the digit at the tens place. It is more than 5. So we will make tens and ones 0. We will make tens and ones 0 and add 1 in the hundreds place. Now here hundreds place is 9. 9 plus 1, it is 10. So you will carry over 1 here. 49 will become 50. So 4990 is near to 5000. Okay, this is 50/100. Please try the rest of the questions with the same step. For nearest 100, look at the tens digit. For nearest tens, look at the ones digit. Thank you. Hello students.
Students, here we saw in the video how to round off the numbers to nearest tens and nearest hundreds. I hope now it has become easier for you to solve the sums. So we start solving the sums in the notebook. So you have to open the notebook, put today's date, write my practice time 5, copy question 1, round off the following numbers to the nearest tens, copy a sum, that is 125. The 125 will be nearest to the number 130, because when we round off to nearest tens, we see the number at ones place. When we round off the number to nearest tens, we see the number at the ones place. So ones place, the number is 5. So the answer will become 130. Similarly, you can solve the other sums. 456 will be nearest to 460. 3127 will be nearest to 3130. Now D sum, 1863. The number on the ones place is less than 5. So the number 6 will remain same, 3 will become 0, 6 will remain same, and 1860. The number 1863 is near to 1860. Now we move on to E sum, 2175. When we round off to 10, it becomes 2180. Now we move on to the next question. Round off the following numbers to the nearest hundreds. A sum is 456. When we round off to nearest hundreds, the answer is 500. Because when we round off to nearest 100, we see which number? We see the number on the tens place. We see the number on the tens place, and we add 1 to the number on the 100 place. So 4 plus 1, 5, and both 0 remains same. 3859. the number on the tens place is 5 or more than 5, we change the number on the 100 place. So the round off number is 3900. Now we move on to see sum. 4162. The number on the tens place is more than 5. So the number on the 100 place will change. We'll add 1 to the number 1. So 1 plus 1 is 2. So 4200. Answer is 4200. Now we move on to the next sum, that is D sum. 1416. 1416. The number on the tens place is less than 5. So the number on the 100 place remain the same, that is 1400. Now we move on to the next sum. 3216. Again the number on the tens place is less than 5. So the number on the 100 place remain the same, that is 3200. Now we move on to the next question. Choose the correct answer. Question 3. Write it in your notebook. You can copy from the textbook or you can also write from the notes. 432 when rounded off to the nearest tens becomes, what is the correct answer? 440, 330, 430, 420. What is the correct answer? The answer is 430 because the number on the ones place is less than 5. If we have to round off to nearest 10, we see the number on the ones place. Ones place number is 2, that is less than 5. So it remain the same. So the answer is 430. 4869 when rounded off to the nearest hundreds becomes, what will it become? 4870, 4900, 4100 or 5000. What will it become? It will become 4900. Why? Because the number on the tens place is more than 5. When we round off to the nearest hundreds, we see the number on the tens place. We see the number on the tens place. The tens place number is 6, that is more than 5. So we will add 1 to the number on the hundreds place. So the number will become 4900. The answer is 4900. Now we move on to see 1006 when rounded off to the nearest 10 becomes 1010, 1100, 1001, 1000. What will be the correct answer? 1010, because when we round off the number to the nearest 10, the number which we see is on the ones place. The ones place number is 6. It is more than 5. So we will add the number 1 to the tens place. So 0 plus 1 is 1. So 1010. The answer is 1010. Students, here we finish with the 5 exercise of lesson 1. Here we end with the exercise 5 of lesson 1. I hope you all have understood. And here we finish with the first chapter also. So in the next lecture we will begin with the second lesson. Here we end with the lesson 1 and today we finish the notes of lesson 1, like we complete the all the exercise in textbook as well as in the notebook. Students, complete your notebooks and textbook. I hope you all have understood. If you have any doubts or queries, you can mail it on my mail ID. Thank you for listening to the lectures. Thank you so much.